This video, I'm going to be breaking down the 3-4 odd defense in college football 25. If you guys want to check out my entire breakdown of this defense, it's in our school community. That's going to be in the description below for just 10 bucks. It gets you access to all of our offensive and defensive ebooks for Madden and for college football 25. So if you're looking to take your game to the next level, check out the school community. That's going to be linked in the description down below. You only need any abilities for this defense at this point in the year. You just need fast linebackers, and I like to run this defense with auto flip off. And basically, what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be using this pinch buck zero as kind of our mainstay way of running the defense. And the way that I like to run this defense to start out is we're just going to press our defense. We're going to take this player right here, and we are just going to kind of stand over this gap. Now, this is a send 6, so what you can do is you can drop this outside linebacker out into coverage if they're sending 5 out. So you see here, send 5 out, and you see you're able to get this pressure off of the edge. So that's 5v5, and you're still able to get that edge pressure. Now, what they're going to start to do is they're going to start to block a running back. And so if they do block a running back, this linebacker will come in on the right side, as you see right there. Now, if this linebacker is getting bumped, you can move him out a step or two like this. And then let's see if we can get this to be a little bit smoother. As you see there, a little smoother that time. Another thing that you can do if he's getting kind of chipped like that is you can contain. This will make him take a slightly wider blitz angle. And you'll see right here, we get that wider blitz angle, and now he's able to get the pressure in. Now, what's going to ultimately start to occur is they are going to start to block a tight end. And when they block a tight end, what I like to do is I like to stand a little bit more over the center. Now, the first time they might get this off, and I'll show you if I'm standing over here, you'll see we're still able to get the pressure on that tight end side. We're still able to get the pressure at the quarterback. So if you're able to consistently get this home like this, then cool, we can just run this defense like this and they're going to be in trouble, right? And so then once they max protect, we're going to do this. So if they start to, you notice they're starting to max protect, what we're going to then do is we're just going to drop everybody into coverage. So however you want to do that. Now, you don't have to press the outside corners if you don't want to. That's kind of, up to you how you want to defend, if you want to press or not. What I like to do would probably be something more so like this. But the reason that I like this defense right here, once they start to max protect, is you're going to see that this linebacker is going to have you're going to get some pretty decent sheds, interior sheds with this defense. Another thing that I did want to cover real quick is you can also literally zone everybody out. So we can go full cover 4 drop style. And in this game, you will actually shed with 3. So you'll get some decent sheds with this 3-man rush. Again, we don't really do that unless they are truly, sending 5 out, right? Or I'm sorry, we're not going to do that unless they're consistently blocking a lot of people. But this is something that you can do. And again, I think this is a really good defense. I really like to press and then back off these outside corners like this. And, again, block tight end, you're still getting pretty good pressure, right? Now, occasionally they'll set up a pass protection. So they might, block the tight end, ID over here, kind of try to like really set up some legitimate pass protection. Typically, what I'll do is I'll stand down here still a couple times, and if it does pick it up, it picks it up. It doesn't always pick it up. Okay, I'm going to tell you that. But then what I'll do is if they're starting to do something like that, then I'll stand a little bit more over here. So if my hover's not working here, I'll come over here like this and try to occupy this guard. And what will happen a lot of times is it'll just trigger the pass protection will basically break down, and then this can come in. So this is just something I like. Again, you don't need to send 6 every single play in this game. I think sending 4 is perfectly fine. I'll actually show you something else you can do out of this that I do think is kind of fun. Just more of like a mix in. I would never really see there that time we did get a good pass pro. So anyway, this is something I would do if you ever wanted to just kind of mess around and have some fun. I think this is kind of decent. So what I would do off of this is we are just going to flip the play, as you see right here. We're going to pretend like we're bringing our user out. So we're going to bring him out to like right here, like this. And then you can click on anybody on the field. I personally really like to use her. This guy, I don't really care who it is you want to use her, but basically we're gonna send three or send four like this, and I like to contain. And what happens a lot of times is this guy will loop through the A gap for pressure. That's something just again little mix in, not a big deal. But once they start to like do a lot of different types of pass protection, that's a little thing that you can do. There's also a crossfire blitz in here, which I'll tell you. I'll just go ahead and show you what it would look like. Now, what you want to do is if you're going to come out in this crossfire, you need to have your cover zero, your shell set to cover zero. Like super, super important because now everything is going to look the same basically. So you see this looks the same. Now all you're going to do is you're just going to show blitz. And so what you'll get here is you'll get this linebacker that can loop, and then you're gonna again kind of in the same hover in the area here. You go right out to the right instantly, and sometimes he'll loop through. And again, you might need him backed off a little bit, so we'll just show that. So we'll just touch him like this. This is a mix in blitz. This is 100% a mix in blitz, but this can crossfire through the A gap. Okay, so I just wanted you to be aware of that. And then you also have your other blitzes as well. The send four, if you were to send four like this out of a Tampa 2, this is okay. It just doesn't come in consistently enough for me, but you do get really good sheds out of it. So again, just mixing in the send four or send five, I'm sorry, the send three or send four shed defenses, I think is worth it. This guy can totally loop in here sometimes on a show blitz alignment, by the way. He might not for you, but I've totally seen this thing loop through in games. So sometimes practice was just slightly different than the actual game. But anyways, this is something that I think is pretty decent. And again, if you want to set up this crossfire blitz, you can just move this guy out like this, and a lot of times he will. It'll be very, very clean pressure. And then the only other thing I wanted to show you on the pinch buck zero play is this idea of basically sending five. So you go like this, and again, I really like to back these guys off on the outside. But if let's say we want to send five, so maybe we do a coverage defense like this for a send five. What you should see here is generally you will still get some pressure from one of the edges. It could be one of the other edges, but generally you will still get some type of pressure here. So again, I gotta hover a little better, but you see there that time we're getting it off the right. And again, if you contain with this, it's a little bit more consistent. I would say the blitz comes in a little slower in my opinion, but it is a little bit more consistent. And again, you always want to back off. I think you always want to back off the corners personally in this game. You can see here, there's a contain, and we get some decent pressure. So anyways, that's 3-4 odd. Really, really nice little defense here. I think this defense is very, consistently going to be one of the better defenses in the game this year. And yeah, if you guys want to check out the full breakdown, that is going to be in our school community. But I've definitely been rocking this defense lately, and it's been a lot of fun running this and just getting some free wins with some quick pressure.